Turn Signal with Kim Troby.
The evening before his execution in 1989, serial killer Ted Bundy sat down for an exclusive interview with Dr. James Dobson. Bundy took responsibility for his actions, but he blamed pornography as a key factor in the killings of at least 35 women and girls.
I've lived in prison for a long time now, and I've met a lot of men who were motivated to commit violence just like me. And without exception, every one of them was deeply involved in pornography, without question, without exception.
Bundy requested the interview with Dr. Dobson because he had watched him serve on the Attorney General's Commission on Pornography. He trusted the Focus on the Family founder to convey his warnings accurately.
And what scares and appalls me, Dr. Dobson, is when I see what's on cable TV, some of the movies, some of the violence in the movies that come into homes today with stuff that they wouldn't show in X-rated adult theaters 30 years ago. This stuff...
The slasher movies that you're talking about.
That stuff is, I'm telling you, from personal experience, that is graphic violence on screen, particularly as it gets into the home to children who may be unattended or unaware that they may be a Ted Bundy who has that vulnerability to that predisposition to be influenced by that kind of behavior, by that kind of movie, that kind of violence.
Daniel Weiss with Focus on the Family Action says Bundy's words were prophetic.
I think there's a real disconnect in society where we can even 20 years later look at Ted Bundy and say, hey, we condemn what this man has done. It's horrible and tragic, and we don't like it. But at the same time, we have entertainment shows all over the place like CSI, Special Victims Unit, and even a film today, My Bloody Valentine, which glorifies in this kind of sexualized violence that Bundy was committing. Bundy was really right to distrust the mainstream media because right now porn stars are on talk shows, they have best-selling books, and it's kind of like society is just covering up this idea that porn is harmful, and it's just harmless fun. Dr. Dobson knew better. He had shown as much by his service on the Attorney General's Commission, and Bundy knew this to be true, so he wanted to entrust that message with someone who would tell it accurately.
Focus on the Family has a number of resources available. CitizenLink.com continues full coverage of the story. On Friday, January 23rd, Dr. James Dobson will be on the Glenn Beck Show to talk about the interview. You can see that on Fox News. And on Monday, January 26th, on the Focus on the Family broadcast, they'll air clips from the original interview. For more information, go to pureintimacy.org.